Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press rewind, though. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my pocket. I traded my truth for some robins, and he's playing Batman. Freddy's gonna rob him. Yeah, I got the Glock in my Robbie. 17 shots, no 38.
What is going on, you guys? Steven from Airsoft Tech today, and for you guys a brand new video. And yes, just like what the thumbnail shows, I'm going to be testing out these Airsoft Mesh Goggles right here. And these things get a lot of hate because they say they're not safe. Paint chips off, little metal shavings could even get into your eye. So overall, people just say don't run these if you are going to go into an airsoft game and you have the possibility or the chance of getting shot in the eye. If you just want to wear them and shoot them in your backyard or something, that's fine. But if you're playing a game, don't wear them. I've actually already been shot 2 times in the eye wearing these things, and both of them happened at Patriot Airsoft. It's a CQB field, they're not around anymore. Both times though, shot right in the left eye. Nothing happened, paint didn't chip off into my eye. The goggles look absolutely perfect. So they already did their job, okay? People said they're not safe. They protected me twice, and I got shot probably at around 40 feet. The gun is obviously shooting below 350 FPS because it's a CQB field. But yeah, I thought I might as well throw that out there because they already did their job. But we were going to be testing these out a little bit more, so I have 4 different guns. Why don't I go ahead and show you them now, and we will get right into this. So the first gun I'm going to be using is this M&P9C, or the Smith & Wesson M&P9C. This thing is shooting at around 275 FPS, so below 300 FPS, so that is the first gun we are going to be using. And then we're going to move up from there to the Classic Army VCW, this guy right here. And this guy is shooting right around 345 to 350 FPS. So once we get the results from the Smith & Wesson M&P9C as well as the Classic Army VCW, we will then move on to the third gun, which is shooting at around 390 FPS, and this is the Lancer Tactical ARC. Absolutely a beautiful gun. But once we are done with all 3 of these guns, all right, so remember 275, 345, 350, and then 390, we are going, excuse me, this is really unprofessional, but it's kind of, just whatever, work with me here. Then we'll move on to this guy right here. Sorry if the lighting is really shitty or whatever, but this is my KWA with the Wolverine Inferno Gen 2 installed. So it is an HPA gun, as you guys can see, and I will be setting this thing to around 450 FPS. So one more time, 275, and then we'll go to 345, 350, then we'll go to about 390, and then to finish it off, 450. All right, so I got 2 camera angles going on. When I actually start shooting, I'll have the other one, close-up view of the goggles when they're getting hit, probably in one of the corners, not sure yet. However, I have the Smith & Wesson M&P9C right here. Let's go ahead, get it ready. Also, one quick thing that I'd like to mention, the numbers that I stated for each gun, like this is 275 FPS and then like 340 or whatever, all the other numbers I've already mentioned, those are, the results or readings or whatever for 0.20 gram BBs. And that is exactly what I will be using for each one of these guns today. Now, I've also loaded this up with 5 BBs because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit it on the first shot. I'm about, I don't know, probably like 15 feet away, I guess I would say. Anyways, shot number 1, let's see how I can do. Whew. Miss. I'm so bad. Okay, loaded it up with probably, I don't know, close to 10 BBs. If I mess up again, I suck ass. I think that may have hit. I'm gonna go check. All right, so I looked, I don't see any scuff marks, I don't see any paint chippings. If I hit it, it was probably where the mesh is kind of curving into where the plastic is, so it may have just skimmed off. But then again, I don't see anything. Anyways though, gotta try again. There we go. Jesus, 20 shots later. As you guys can see, absolutely nothing. I hit literally like right here. As you guys can see, I kind of missed all over. I'm a great shot. My accuracy is on point. But yeah, do you guys see anything? I do not, and I know 100% I hit it right here in the middle of the left lens here, the left piece of mesh, I guess I could say. All right, so I looked at the back also to see if the other side had, any paint chipped off, anything like that. Nope, nothing. The back is totally fine. The front looks totally fine. So a pistol shooting 275 FPS at around 15 feet right in the eye with these mesh goggles here, you're not gonna have a problem. Anyways though, let's go ahead and load up the VCW and we'll see how that does. All right, you guys, VCW time, Classic Army. Magazine is already loaded up with a few BBs. This should be much easier to hit. Got an 11-1 in here. Obviously, it's not the right type of battery, but that's pretty irrelevant right now. So still at the same distance, 15 feet. I'm gonna be at 15 feet for all these tests. So 15 feet, all we're doing now is upping it up from 275 from the pistol to this VCW, which is 345, 350, somewhere around there. Here we go. Let's see what I can do. Okay. Just looked, definitely hit the plastic.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm pretty sure I'm hitting the plastic, but I hit it 3 times, and I think one of them I hit the actual mesh. Just went over, checked it out real fast. The actual frame, the plastic frame that I hit like 3 times in a row or something like that, is cracked. So I will show you guys in a second. However, I want to make sure I hit the actual mesh, so I'm like 100% sure. So I'm gonna shoot it until I get that. There we go. Okay, I know for a fact I hit the mesh there. Check this out, you guys. Let's see if there's any damage. Absolutely nothing on the mesh. Oh my god. So as you guys can see, as I said, freaking I cracked the actual frame. It's still pretty tough though. Oh, it's moving a little bit, but it's still intact a little bit, so it's not completely broken. But yeah, the actual mesh, that's what we're testing out, not the plastic. It's actually perfectly fine. I hit somewhere in this general area and nothing. So 15 feet, 345 to 350 FPS. Didn't do anything. Next gun it is. Alright, so I got the Lancer Tactical ARC, as you guys can see. And guys, I've done reviews for all these guns, so if you want to check any of them out on, you know, these guns specifically, I'll leave links in the description. But let's go ahead and put the magazine in, wind the magazine up a little bit. And this time I'm going to be shooting for the right side, or the right piece of mesh or lens, whatever you want to call it. So this is shooting literally right at 390 FPS. It's more around like 388, 389, but screw it, 390. Still 15 feet, 0.20 gram BBs. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Hopefully the second camera picked it up, you guys, but if you guys can see that right there, if my camera focuses, this piece right here is dented in just a little bit, but there is, I actually think I hit it a few times, because look, there's actually some white pieces here from the BBs themselves. I don't know if that's the paint chipping or if that's the BBs. I think that is actually the BBs, little pieces of the plastic coating or whatever of the BBs, because I see little chunks of white, so I don't think that is actually the paint chipping off. But seriously though, look at that, 15 feet at 390 FPS, basically minimal, almost no damages at all done to the freaking mesh here. You know what, I'm actually gonna take this off so I can actually look at it. Let's see if there's anything on the back. And if you look at that, absolutely nothing. That little white piece right there is indeed a piece of the BB. But yeah, besides the very little minimal scuff mark, I'm not even sure if the camera will pick it up. It's right around here. Yeah, I'm looking at the camera lens right now. I don't even really see it on the freaking camera lens, but there is a little like grayish scuff mark from the BB, and then a very, very tiny dent. This mesh, you guys, this is some hard metal. So I guess we can go ahead and get to the final gun. I thought I'd actually start seeing some damage by now. Well, you guys, we are down to the final gun. Here it is, my KWA KR12 with the Inferno Gen 2 installed. Got the line running. Have a little plate carrier here. This isn't actually the one I run anymore, but the little freaking what is it called, hydration pack or whatever. If you guys can see, is on the back. It's already kind of on this one, so whatever, it's not important. So I just chronoed this thing. This thing is actually shooting a little bit more than 450. It's around high 450s. It's like 460 a little, sometimes it's a little over 460. Regardless though, this is much stronger than the previous gun and all the other guns before it. Still 15 feet, 0.20 gram BBs. Here we go. I may have hit the mesh right there, but I'm gonna go again. Okay, I think I hit the mesh right there. I'm like 85% sure I hit the mesh right there. Still didn't see anything, and I'm about 15 feet away still. So I'm gonna keep shooting, and then I'll check it out again. I need to see some damage because I want to destroy this thing by the end of this video. 100% hit the mesh right there. Still nothing. This is actually crazy. I'm going to go point blank now. I'm just gonna use this thing and we are going to destroy this thing. But first, just in case if you guys don't believe me, look at that. Do you guys see anything besides a few little dents? If you guys can even see that. there's still basically nothing. Seriously, this is absurd. All right, so I'm gonna stand basically point blank now, and we're gonna destroy these things. So basically around 5 feet away, let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay. What the hell just happened? I literally shot it, and the piece of mesh came out of the goggles themselves, the actual frame. So look at this, I can barely even bend this with one hand. So this is not some cheap mesh mask, okay, or mesh anything, whatever this material is. There are some really cheap mesh masks out there that completely can get shredded up. This is some thick metal. Let's see what happens with the other lens. But first, much better. Here we go, ready? I give up. Put this back on safe. Same thing happened. So there is the front, and there actually is a bit of paint chipped off right there. And then if we flip it around though, look at all that paint that chipped off. And there's a little bit of a bump, but the most important thing is this paint chipping off. That is what's gonna hurt you. But yeah, look at the paint chipping off. That's what's most important here, the most dangerous. So this could have gone into your eye and caused some serious problems. So here is the left one. I think I may have said this was the left one. This is definitely the right one. This was the one that just took up the most beating, because this one flew out, if you guys remember. But one thing I did notice, all the way at the top of the corner here, there actually is a decent sized dent if you feel it. If you flip it around, look at that. More paint has chipped off. So let me freaking zoom this out. There we go. So the thing that's really gonna, you know, be dangerous when it comes to mesh masks, it's the little paint shavings or whatever, chippings, whatever, that can fly into your eye and like maybe cut your eye open, or you know, whatever, like really hurt the inside of your eyes. Really quickly, just wanted to show you guys the actual frame themselves. At least we destroyed the goggles. You can't go ahead and put these back together, but if my camera will actually focus for you guys, there we go. That is completely broken. By the nose, it is broken as well, and then up here it broke. So, oh, and on this side, so both sides of basically the nose area, right here, basically right in here, there, and then on the bottom right there. So this took the most damage, believe it or not. But remember, the paint shavings or whatever that flew off, that's the dangerous part. So to wrap this video up, in conclusion, if you're wearing these out on a field, especially outdoors, and you're getting shot from basically anything more than 15 feet, which is basically 99% of the time is what's gonna happen, most likely you're gonna be okay with these specific goggles. Anything closer than that, and if you get shot at 5 feet, then I don't know what to say. Anyways, though, you guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this little airsoft experiment video, go ahead and smack that thumbs up button. If you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are almost at 100K. By the time I'm filming this video, we are at like 97,200, yeah, 200 and like something, I don't know. So we're a little under 3,000 subs away from 100,000, and that still blows my mind. So if you haven't already subscribed, again, please go ahead and do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for future airsoft experiments, if you want me to shoot other things and test them out, if you want to see anything at all, give me your ideas, please, and I'll be more than happy to do them and test them out, because I would love to do it myself instead of having you guys do it. So seriously, anything you have going on in your mind right now that could potentially be a good idea for a video for me to do, go ahead, start writing in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking. Anyways, though, that is going to do it for this video. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, but until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.